So we're going to start with Hoopa, which is good. That's my comfort zone. Um, so this is Hazy to start. We have 1560 master player, Hoopa player, Blissey Hoopa Vinu. Okay, so we're going over the Hoopa. So straying this much is going to be a little bit harder for you because then you have to um, learn um, different characters in ranked, which isn't a bad thing if you're trying to improve at all these characters. But like, do you want to be a Mamo player?
Mainly I did that because what was it, the challenge? Because my first main when I first started playing was Serena, and
Oh.
then it turned to Blissey, and then I went to Hoopa and supporters. So I really wanted that skin, and that's mainly why I did it.
So
So
I could be talking out of my ass, but don't do that in ranked if you can.
okay,
If you can do that in standard, do it in standard. I know that standard is boring because there's nothing on the line, but if you want a skin and that's the reason why you're playing the game, then don't play ranked while you're doing that. 'Cause that's just going to
okay,
lose you games, lose you elo, and then you're going to be like really upset the next day, right? So we're gonna go through Hoopa. So you're going to start off on Astonish. Do you know the passive and I mean, obviously the uh, basic attack. You already know what that is, but are you
Ruby
aware of
Berry.
the existence of the passive?
Yeah, sometimes I forget, but I know it's there.
It's all right, Shush. I'm drinking coffee. I'm drinking coffee. So, um, Magician is obviously your passive. It's actually a really strong ability. Um, because this is a lot of people's heals, right? You're just like
Hmm.
robbing them essentially. Um, Unfortunately, sometimes you pick up the wrong berry, but um, for the most part, if there's a berry on the other end of the field, you will be taking it. Um, if not, then obviously you take the points on the ground. And if there's no points on the ground for whatever reason, then you pick up nothing. So 4 is your first major power spike, right? Um, right? Yeah, so 4 is your first major power spike. Um, that's where your special attack kind of goes a little bit nuts. You can do a little bit more damage at this stage, and this stage pretty much only. Um, so at 4, you're going to be looking to poke to try and keep pressure from bees and stop people from getting the bees. At 5, 6, so 6, I think. Yeah, 6 is your first move. No, it's not. Hold on. Yeah, no, 4 is your
Or
first move. Why did they? What the fuck? Okay. Um, so 4 is your first move. You're going whole here, which is fine. Honestly, in solo queue, either of these is fine. I'm okay with either of these. Um, and then I believe you go Phantom Force, right?
I typically try.
Yeah. Okay.
I try.
So whole Phantom Force. So at 6, you have both of your moves. Um, you're running XP share, right? So you're going to want to be um, making sure that whoever your lane mate is taking all of the farm, unless like they're just like off in Never Land, right? Which in that case you can
Yeah.
kind of just like take control of the situation and start getting all of the farm and doing all of this. Uh, Shots reward to replace hydrate. I will not be getting drunk. um, um,
Everyone that's in chat, I see.
yeah. Um, so with all of that, and then obviously you already know the ultimate Rings Unbound. The nerf to Rings Unbound, the only nerf to this was the damage.
Okay.
The last Hoopa nerf that I'm sure you either heard about or read in the patch notes was Rings Unbound got a damage nerf, but it's honestly not that big of a deal because the teleport is the most important part of the ult anyways. So them nerfing that is kind of like doesn't really do anything. And also you have a stun ability, so it doesn't matter. Hoop is still pretty much the exact same. We are going to watch this on mute because people are talking. It is somewhat bad quality, but it's better than the flickering of the other VOD that you sent me. So
I
we'll be
think
fine.
I
We'll be
need
fine. We'll be
to
fine.
adjust the quality.
Let me get my pen. Um, Let me get my pen. Oh, whoa! Update. All right. So we're going to go to the next one. All right, let's take a look at your comp. So, we're going to start off with a few things. Absol is really broken right now, but this guy, I can tell from the start menu, has no fucking clue why Absol's good right now, right? So this
Mm.
Absol, he's got the red pill, he's got X attack. Um, he might do something with it, but you can't expect him to be burning any objectives. You can only expect this guy to get kills. This guy is not playing this game to win. He's playing this game to get kills. Um, so
Oh,
we also have your Espeon, which is also running X attack, and
it's
this guy's also
so
running X attack.
so that's my three stacks. So that typically Galarian's the one who jungles or magic, depending
Okay,
how it's
so
going.
these two um are your trios. So this is your
Yeah.
trio right here. So if you want to climb, right? This is a lot of damage like for a 3 stack. If you want to climb in a 3 stack, this is a lot of damage and a support and no sustain whatsoever, right?
Yeah,
So if you
that
want to
happens all the
climb in a
time.
3 stack, you need something that is going to sustain, which is kind of why I understand. Even though you weren't in a trio queue the other game, that's why I kind of understand why you went Mamo. That's why I thought. But yeah, you need some form of sustain in order to win games in a 3 stack because these guys are the squishiest characters on the planet. Like actually.
Yeah.
They're the squishiest players in the game and you guys are not helping, right?
What
You
if you
can only
recall,
control you
it was
three.
pretty bad.
Yeah, this has no front line. This is just like throw yourselves at them and hope for the best, right? So we're going to look at the enemy team as well. So what are threats to you in this game? What are the biggest
The bliss.
threats?
Okay, Absol right now. At least
Absol right now.
I would consider at least the Blissey somewhat, but not so much like in the beginning.
Um,
I don't know that.
so Blissey is not a threat to you, because you can just walk away from her. She's a melee, and she has no gap closer other than flash, and she is not
Okay.
flashing to kill you unless you're low. She is not an immediate threat to you. She's a tank. She's not meant to be trying to like force you out
And I
in
guess
any way.
maybe Absol and the sword.
Absol, Sword, Gengar, right? Dragonite sometimes. This entire team. So, in order to win this game, you are going to have to play very careful because they have Dragonite and Blissey for frontline. Blissey mainly, but they have Dragonite and Blissey for frontline, and then they have Sword to come into your backline, Absol to come into your backline, and Gengar to come into your backline. So basically, what's going to happen is your Absol's going to go in, your Cinder's going to off angle and poke, your Greninja's going to go in, and you and your Espeon are going to poke and die to these 3 players in a setting where like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know people aren't dumb. This is what would normally be happening. So in their comp fucks you essentially is what I'm saying. Um, so we're going to watch the first clear. Let's see. So you go bot here.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched your other VOD, which is why I was like confused. But It's fine. Now I know that it's a different VOD. I haven't seen this yet. Okay. So first things first. Um, you have XP share, obviously. Um, you have to be like surprisingly close to people to XP share them, right? I'm not sure if you and I went over this on your last VOD, but you have to be surprisingly close to them. Um, and I know that you want your clear to go fast, but you can be back here and astonish both of these APOMs next to your Cinder, whatever, right?
Okay.
So you guys skip. That's fine. So where do you go from now? Where do you think you should go in hindsight, without looking at like where you might be at? Where do you think you should go? You got to lane first. You got to lane so fast that they couldn't contest that Arduino. So, where do you think you should be going now?
At least for me, I would think to get the Aldinos first.
Which ones?
The ones on the bottom.
Which ones?
Or like, at least ours. I
So,
don't. I'm sorry if I'm not answering
no, no,
correctly.
you're fine. You have both your threes, right?
Hmm.
They're going to be just coming to lane with three. Um, you can contest these Arduinos, and even if you do not take them, pressuring them is just enough to waste their time, right? And if you get
Okay.
XP for it, it's much better, right? So you can play to take these, especially when you're in lane first, and they didn't even get there fast enough to take anything, because you have home field advantage on these Arduinos. So if you're pushing these and you get even one of these, then you just win bot lane like outright, right?
Okay.
Hello. Hold on. I'm missing things. I'm missing things. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry. Okay. Um so instead we look at these Arduinos. This is fine. One away from 100. Oh shit. I'm going to miss that too, man. um hopefully not. We'll see. So this guy's
Oh, this turned to really bad quality.
really bad. It's fine. Um, so again, oh, so that was lucky. You were on him. So you want to be on him a lot. Like as close to him as possible, because XP share is kind of awkward.
For
So
that, I
yeah.
accidentally did hyperspace instead of astonish. I guess I was just clicking to
Okay.
do things.
Fair enough. So that I'm glad that you said that, because I was gonna go into this whole thing about that. But you should, if you're going to do damage with hyperspace hole, because you are at 4, right? So this is your power spike. This is where you are like really really good. Um, Using astonish before hyperspace hole, if you're going to use it for damage, is much better. Also, this Absol's 4. If you kill this guy, then you can kill both of them, which you don't. So you should leave. Both of these guys are assassins. This guy's going to get berry, which means he's going to be half health, and this guy's just going to like sit here and score on mid because you can't kill him, or he's just going to try and fight you and you die faster
I think,
anyways.
or
Okay, you
yeah.
live.
I-
So that was bad. Um, and the reason why it was bad is because you would rather them score in this situation than proc your focus band, right? See, your focus band got
My
proc
focus
there.
been popped. Yeah.
Yeah. So your focus band is way more important. If you back up, right? Back up to the second node, wait for your dude to get back to lane. And then you have focus to come in and contest bees, right? And now this Absol has 5. Yeah. So you get no contest on the bees. Um, their jungle's bot for whatever reason too. So I mean, this is fine. Um, See, imagine what a different world it would look like if you had taken those two RDs, right?
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
why we're talking about this, because these two RDs are like really big for you. Also, after the bees, this already comes up really quickly after it, right? So
Okay.
after bees, you going back for these guys, right? You should be going up here to contest the contested farm, right? Because these are not contested currently.
Okay.
So I believe that means that they get that farm, which is also not good for you and puts you even further behind.
I accidentally got that berry. I didn't mean to do that.
I mean, it's not a big deal. You have magician, so you taking berries doesn't really matter. You should basically never be taking berries, but you can always replace them if you do, right?
Although in this case, I think I kind of regret putting that there. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
exactly.
mean, it's fine. Like if you hadn't taken the other berry, he would have just done the same shit, right?
True.
It wouldn't have made a difference. You could have hyperspace hole a little bit earlier than that. That guy probably would have died without killing you. Um, or at least he would have been low enough to where the Absol wouldn't have almost died. And I think your Absol dies here, maybe? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
he
looks like
does.
it did.
So this is fine. Okay, so that guy fed. That's really good for you. Okay, that guy also fed. I don't know what happened there, but
Yeah,
that's fine.
this game is a mess.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all
An
right.
absolute mess.
So, did you see that or no? Where is it? There it is. You see that?
Yeah,
You can also see because of this, right? This
yeah, that's why I have it up.
yeah. This will tell you, this will give you so much more information than you normally have access to. It's
Yeah,
kind of funny cuz sometimes when people aren't in your vision, it will pop
yeah,
up,
that's
which
why I
is
have it up.
kind of like really broken, but um yeah, this gives you access to a lot of information. Did you know that he was there? Or did you not see
I
him?
can't recall.
Okay,
I don't think I did.
that's
I
fine.
think I noticed that it popped up, but I can't recall since this was like last week.
So so you did just kill two people, which is good, but you should be looking for danger, um, especially since this dreadnought is at 1 second, right? You should be looking for things that can potentially kill you. And especially with your lane mate at half and close to 9, which would give you such an advantage in the dread fight, you at least need to be paying attention. You can be scouting in a bush. This guy can get this on his own, right? You can be doing so much more here. And you can give him the little extra XP in order to get him to 9 faster, but ultimately, scouting is going to be better for your team as long as you do it in a way that you won't die, right?
Okay.
So instead, that guy dies and he ults out. Also, a tip, it was good that you didn't do it here, but just in case you didn't know, full heal pretty much negates Gengar Sludge Bomb Hex entirely. So if you
Oh,
full heal
okay.
Sludge Bomb, he cannot hex you again. I mean, he'll hex you once more, but after that, he won't be able to hex because he doesn't have a reset after that. So full heal is like the counter to that build for Gengar. So that's good. You backed up. You should not be walking forward here though. This guy isn't going to TP back down, which is fine. He's got the sword up there anyways. Um, So this is a classic example of their Absol is better than yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their Absol knows what makes Absol good, right? That guy just burned Dread entirely, right? This is gone right now. So you have a couple of options. Um, currently you have one good option and one bad option. Um, so you aren't really looking at maps, so I don't know if they're really pushing on the Rotom super hard. Um, but they could have what up to 2 or 3 people up there by now. You should probably be rotating top. You could try to like wait for a score, but it's better that you try and push the objective, especially since you just lost the other stuff. So
Oh, yep.
yeah,
You
that's
showed
that's
me there. I
that's the
didn't
other
think of.
thing. Yeah. So you know that Absol just finished. Oh wow, that's much brighter. You know that Absol just finished doing Dread. Where do you think he's going to path?
Yeah, that okay. I
Yeah,
see. He's
exactly.
going down mid.
He's going to go up here to try and do the same thing, right? To Rotom.
Yeah.
So you should not be in the path of a level 9 Absol, right? Especially as a support. Like I think the only character, or the only mon that should be is like a Slowbro waiting in a bush with like another Absol or something, right? You should not be solo in the way of an Absol. And if you are, then you should have already been walking up so that you beat him there and he can't do this to you, right? So you were kind of like lost on where you should be for, say, 36 from, or 640 to, so like, let's say 15 seconds, right? You were kind of lost for about 15 seconds. Um, you really need to be paying attention to where should I be, where does my team need me most, where does my what gets my team the most value in this situation, and the most value is not killing that Blissey, because she most likely won't die, as you saw. The most value you're going to get is either walking top or backing and going top, and your lane mate dies, so now they're even further ahead, right? Again, it all comes back to imagine if you took those first two RDs, right?
Yeah.
So this is fine. Um, your one of your guys in the trio is taking jungle. This is fine. You just focus on catch up here. Um, I'm gonna put this into terms that are okay. I know that this guy's here, right? He's level 9, but and I get the idea of like wanting to stop them scoring, but one, he's got 10 points. Two, he already scored, and three, this guy's level 11. This guy's level 8 and he's not going to die to a level 9. Even though he's level 8, he's not going to die because he gets his ultimate at 8, right?
Mhm.
And if this guy ults this guy, you guys are both dead again. He doesn't even have to ult this guy. It's just if he gets low, right? So you pushing onto here, this is why we use the map, right? This is why we drag and we look, right? So if you're hitting this and then you're like, wait a second, I can XP share my friend. Then you go up there and then you're like, wait a second, people are scoring, and then you look down here. See, this could have saved you 5 seconds of time, and in a 10-minute game, that's a lot of time, right? Could have saved
Yeah.
you like 5 seconds of time if you just looked at your map. Just look around. See what you see. Look around the map. Like when you went up and you saw that you got it and you went back down. That this was your pathing, right?
Yeah.
Right. You see how like wild and like uncontrolled this pathing is. So
Yeah. I'm very
so
interested.
imagine if you just looked at your map, right? Well, you were dead there too. So like when you're dead, are you just like sitting here waiting um uh to get like revived or whatever to like respawn? Because ultimately, you could be getting so much information as to where should I go? Where do I belong? What does my team need me to do? That sort of thing. This is the sort of thing I'm talking about when like I need you to be looking at the map in order to like not have to do this. Cuz like it's like this is one of those situations where I want you to be lazy. I want you to gain information and be lazy about it and not like do all of this extra work in order to get here, right?
Okay.
So look at your map, and gain information, um, and once you start doing that consistently, you'll get to a point where instead of having the issue of um, looking to where you need to go, you'll start having the issue of, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have gone there. Maybe I should have gone there instead. Even though I looked at my map, I misjudged the situation and I won't do it next time. And that's a learning experience, right? That's
Mhm.
what's important. Because right now, um, not using your map, you're not learning from your mistakes. Or you have an entire realm of possibility of mistakes that you're not able to learn from because you're not using your map. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So, um, you guys probably die on node. Oh, well, yeah. You guys all die on node because, again, the Blissey is 8 and had ult. Blissey gets ult at 8. This is what I'm talking about, right? And all for what's that, 26 and then whatever the Blissey gets, right? 7. These are small caps. They didn't push lane. They didn't have any points when they pushed lane. They didn't push lane to score. They pushed lane to kill you and you just let them, right? Because they knew they could. So, you just need to farm. Unfortunately, your entire team is here, so you're probably going to get your shit taken. This is where you need to be taking farm, right? You need to
Yeah, I was
tell
trying to get
this
my 9
guy.
here.
Yeah, you need to tell this guy like, hey, I need my 9. My 9 is more important than you getting a little bit of extra XP on your 10, right? Because your ultimate is like probably the most powerful ultimate in the game, and you're one of the guys that you're queuing with is denying your team the most powerful ultimate in the game, right? You
Oh, they got. Oh
don't
God,
die. Oh, you fucked up.
I made it. I made it here. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I did make it here.
So they stopped chasing you.
Yeah.
Do you have? Oh, that's smart. Okay. So you need a TP now. You had TP. You need a TP. Yeah, there you go. That's fine. I'm cool with that.
I was trying to get them in my line of sight, and then
I mean, that's fine
I
too,
still
but
die here too.
having the portal a little bit further up is still like just basically the same. Okay, so that was a good fight for you. You carried that fight with your port, and that's exactly what like we're looking for, right? Because port will carry fights. You got that. That's lucky. Because that guy could have easily stolen that. Go top. Good.
I was gonna port them, but then I realized bottom
Yeah,
was
bottom
too
is
far for them.
broken. That's fine. Your Absol's going to start hitting anyways. Also, your Absol's running Pursuit, which I'm not even
Yeah,
gonna
that was
fucking
something.
talk
And
about.
then
He needs to
Dragonite
stop
sit
hitting
back.
that. As soon as that red circle goes around, if your teammates are hitting it, then you can hit it. But if your teammates aren't hitting it, um, then you should not be hitting it because that as soon as that red circle comes around, um, it's gonna it's gonna get a steal most likely. So you can try and oh, I mean
Yeah, I
that's
fell right
fine.
into that. I tried
Um,
to get it right before, but
I
that
mean you
didn't
can
happen.
also like go up to dodge, right? Like Sword's ult is just literally a line. If you just like walk up instead of walking towards him, then I mean that's kind of like nitpicky because like I'm sure you already know that. Because that's more of a reactive thing and that's like more difficult to teach. But uh, whenever sword alts, you need to like kind of get it into your head. Like you need to like train your brain to think, okay, walk like walk against the blade basically,
Yeah.
right? So you're dead here, still not using your map. I'm not gonna like knock you for that's unfortunate. Okay. You are about to have your ult. This guy needs his 13. Honestly, even if you were close to your 12, what the fuck? Even if you were close to your 12, it wouldn't really matter. Your port is really what matters, and your stun. You doing more damage isn't going to help the team very much here. So letting everybody kind of like funnel XP is better. That's really unfortunate. You probably should have gone up with your team. You also have Hyperspace Hole Plus, which speeds if you're walking towards the center of it. So you could have even sped your teammates top, right? Um, Instead of just like letting them walk. Because that guy was scoring a 50. So like right about when did you guys split? Right about there. Your range is like that. Put a hyperspace hole here, and it will speed the cinder up, right? It'll
Hmm.
only speed him to about there, but that's enough time for him to be in range to hit the Dragonite, right? Same thing with this guy if he goes up the opposite way, or
If he
even the
does
same
at
way.
some point. Yeah. And then I moved back here, which was also a mistake. Because then I was out of range for the Gengar and these
Well,
guys.
you didn't really know that these guys were going to be here. They pushed lane. Um, I would much prefer if you had just gone up here with these guys. Fuck these guys. Go up here with these
Okay.
guys, get a kill before Zap, and then position and pit. This Dreadnought doesn't matter. It's not worth the value. So kill that guy, um, and then focus on getting alts, because there's probably still farm here, right? Um, and then there's a crab there. So your Cinder should be getting his ult, which is going to be the most important because this Absol's running Pursuit and X attack, so you can't trust him. And instead you die, right? So you trade for the Dragonite, right? Um,
Hmm.
which is not a good trade. Um, I mean, you're up before he is, but still, like, that was an unnecessary risk, right? So there's a few kinds of risks. Hey Joe. I probably saw that late. There's a few kinds of risks. There is one uh hold on. Let me do this. Okay, well, that's not going to happen. Bring up WordPad. WordPad. Hello? WordPad? Okay. Why isn't WordPad coming up? Okay. That's fine. What the fuck? Okay. All right. This is fine. So, you have one necessary and two unnecessary. That's spelled right, right? Yeah, okay. So necessary risks are if you are pushing with team uh to take an objective, which is either like Dreadnought Rotom or taking like a node or like pushing to like get points in for a node, right? So those are
Okay.
necessary risks, right? Anything that turns into a team fight is a necessary risk. Unnecessary risks, there are tons of unnecessary risks, but just as an example, an unnecessary risk is trying to 1v4 their team, right? S-
Mm,
Statistically, how often are you going to win win a 1v4 as Hoopa against their team?
not a lot. No,
Not a
never,
lot.
maybe.
Not a lot. It does not happen very often, right? So, this is an unnecessary risk, and straying from your team when you know that that guy was trying to go top to score, it most likely means that they have other players trying to push, and if they don't, then whatever, that guy made a mistake. But in order to remedy that mistake, the rest of their team is going to want to push because like if they have the option to, then they're going to want to push because that guy made a mistake and they can turn it into a profitable mistake, right?
Mhm.
um, so you do not want to try to fight them, right? If you see them, run away, right? You're a squishy support. You can't really do too much. If you ult, then you lose your ult for zap. There's tons of issues with what just happened, right? What the
Okay.
fuck? Okay. Um. All right. So instead, you died. You gave them more XP, which is not good. Now they're in your jungle. When if you were with your team, then you could have evolved that into a team fight, and you actually had like a better chance of winning that. So you need to ult. You need to ult here. This is a time to use your ultimate. This is the zap fight currently, right? Because now that four of you are dead, right, including yourself, now that four of you are dead and this guy is about to be, they can just run back and burn Zap for free. That was the Zap fight. Just because a fight doesn't happen in the pit doesn't make it not the Zap fight, right? That
Okay.
was the Zap fight. You needed to ult there. And so did the rest of your team. Which one of you did, and that's why he's still alive. And you guys probably could have pulled that out of your asses if you had like used your ults there. So instead, you trickle. Luckily, that guy gets a kill. You're not killing this guy. You should be in mid. And one of your other guys just died. That's fine, I guess. So
I get what happens here, to be honest, but I think they burn it after this.
I would imagine so. Okay. So we're gonna talk about portal placement for a second. So
Okay.
you place portal in here, right? I think we talked about this before. So you place portal to try to place it in a safe spot. So there are a couple of kill boxes on the map, right? Anything that has like a very easy place to hit skill shots is a kill box, essentially, right? There's a couple of other ones, but like um this would be a kill box, right? And on the other side, um, what else would be a kill box? Those are the two main ones. This one, this one. Um, this is a kill box. The bushes kind of help you here, but these are also kill boxes, right? Um,
Okay.
these are kill boxes, right? So, so you don't necessarily want to avoid kill boxes, but you do want to not be in them for very long. This is where you don't want fights to happen for your team, right? If your team is in here, then that is bad for you. because their team
Okay.
can collapse way more easily. You have no place to retreat. I mean, you can back up, but if you're here, and an Absol hits a Night Slash, and your team all back up here, he's just going to Night Slash forward and kill all of you, right?
Yeah.
So um, portaling into a kill box is not the play. Trying to decipher. This is another reason why we use the map. Trying to decipher whether their team is down here or up here, which most of the times they're going to be down here. Trying to decipher where their team is and where their team is not, which is more important for you, is going to give you a better advantage as to where to put your alt, right? Because if their team is down here and you put your alt up here, then your team has a little bit of space before they need to go in, right?
Okay.
And they can kind of like gauge for themselves how they should be taking the fight. But you putting that port there, their entire team, if they just walk this way, you're all dead, right? They can be a level behind, right? And they will still kill you in that box because they get so much more value out of you being in that box, because you just have nowhere to go, right? You have limited mobility. So we see the zap, right? You guys are hitting. Um, this is fine actually.
Actually, I think we do take it. I just don't think it was enough. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So that was good. Mainly because Absol and Dragonite were down, and the only good secure they have is Sword, right? Because
Yeah.
Gengar has shit secure, Blissey has like pretty shit secure as well. I mean Egg Bomb is okay, but what are you really gonna do with Egg Bomb, right? Sword's alt is really good for secure, but besides that, Sword doesn't have too much else. That's good. Nice dodge. Did you mean to do that?
I I probably not. It probably just happened.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. I respect the honesty. So this is good.
I've been getting a little bit better with Phantom Force.
That was probably the winning one.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see. That was probably the winning score. Uh no, not quite. Either way, do you show stats? I don't care too
I
much about
think I
stats.
might.
No, you do not. Okay.
Wait,
Um
give it a second because I always do it after this. Oh
yeah,
no, I didn't.
yeah, no,
I
you
don't know
don't
what I
show
did with that.
stats. All right. We can go over. We have a ton of time still. We can go over your other one that wasn't flickering as bad, and it only flickered at the beginning, I believe. Yeah, it's kind of wacky. All right.
It does flicker a little bit into it.
Yeah. All right. So here you have. This was solo queue, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we have Hoopa, Azu, Venu, Charizard, Lucario. This is a better team than what you had before. You have decent sustain. You have decent damage. We're good. Welcome back, Aaron. Um, what are the threats to you? Sorry, man. We're only doing VOD reviews here. If you wanted a VOD review, then you can join my Discord and shoot me a DM. Um,
In the beginning or just overall?
just overall, what are threats to you? Well, both actually. What
Delphox.
are threats to you?
Delphox, the Gengar, Machamp, and I guess the Decidueye.
Okay. So You go top here, so you have to watch for the Machamp because if Machamp is solo laning, right?
Yeah.
Hello, hello. So you have to watch for the Machamp. You also have to watch for the Decidueye because the Decidueye's range is much further than you think.
Yeah, Spirit Shackle is
Yours will be.
bitch.
Hold on, we're gonna. This is gonna be janky, but we're gonna do it anyways. Um, you won't be able to hear me for a second.
Okay.
12:30 my time. So you can do the math. All right. So Machamp, Decidueye, and then Gengar is most likely their jungler. And then Delphox once she reaches 7, yeah, 7, I think. And then you kind of just like stay away from Blastoise in general because he has a lot of like AoE. So let's see. I hope this Delphox is a hardcore gamer because I kind of want to talk about Delphox in general. This will flicker up until here. Hmm.
Yeah, I missed that.
I know you aimed it. Just yeah, just lead it. You know. You already know that though. So it's good that you try and contest. This is fine. You got that, by the way. You got uh
I think I use advanced settings
that
for that one.
APOM. Yeah. Well, no, you got that APOM by this guy's dash and your
Oh,
confusion. So you got that APOM with your confusion.
oh, nice. Yeah, sometimes I just start hitting B, and I don't know what's going on.
Well, the uh your Charmander is kind of inspirational. He's doing a lot of unnecessary feeding. He did get the kill, which was good, but he stayed like he just needed to like back up a little bit. That was fine. You waste a ton of time here. Just grab a berry. Like you gave him one. Just grab a berry. This guy's going to grab the other berry for no reason, but you just grab the berry. Like you're trying to heal off node, and you're waiting. But again, you can be like you can be scouting. You could be like in this bush with these guys, right? Like you're wasting a ton of time that doesn't need to be wasted, right?
Okay.
You're kind of just like waiting for 850 for bees to pop up, which pops up in a second, by the way, and you're not in range, right? So so you're wasting a lot of unnecessary time being where you are currently instead of just grabbing a berry and going, right? Be in a
Yeah.
bush. Lurk. Be be weird. Do weird shit, you know?
Start
Like
stalking another team.
yeah, exactly. Start seeing what they had for breakfast. That's a good stun. How did that end up? I think that Delphox got a large portion of that. What's the points before? Oh, I can't see it. 22? Um, I think that Delphox got most of those. It was hard to tell. So, you missed another Astonish. So, this guy just used full heal, I believe. He's unstoppable. So you just run. Like fuck this guy. He this is a huge threat to you, and if your teammate doesn't get out, let him learn from the situation. You need to get the fuck out of Dodge, right? You do not need to be there right now. Again, you do I mean this is fine. You got out, but in other situations you may not have. You just need to get the fuck out of there. Drop a portal for your teammate and leave. Like you don't need to leave them out to dry, but you should definitely be gone. Drop a
Okay.
portal and leave. Because if they were any better than they are, that Gengar would have fucked you up. You can kill that guy with him. All right. Mm. You see the Gengar, walk away. If you, yeah, just general rule of thumb. If you see the Gengar, walk away. Same with Absol. Honestly, if you just see their jungler, walk away.
Okay.
Like, if their jungler is in lane, walk away from the jungler. Um, unless like you see that you can kill him, you're not stopping that. Yeah, unless your whole team is there, and they can do something about it. Because just like risks, there are necessary and unnecessary deaths. Um,
I meant to say bottom there.
yeah, that's I mean that's fine. They know what you mean. You ported. Get out. Get out. Get out. There's 4 people in front of you. None of your teammates. All right. Somehow you leave that with a decent amount of HP. Um, again, so you're frontlining. You're Azu's top, but you're frontlining. Um, you should not be frontlining. Your Venu has like a decent amount of sustain. You
Okay.
let your team go in first. You're not meant to frontline. You're a support player, right? You don't need to be as aggressive as you're being, and it's putting you into situations where against better players you would have been fucked here, right? Like this is what I'm talking about. This Gengar could have fucking killed you like 2 seconds ago, and he just didn't. This is sort of things where we're talking about like risks, right? As an unnecessary risk. This is a necessary risk, but you're going to end up maybe dying for it anyways. You need to just start walking. It's I think it's 2.5 seconds, 2 seconds, something like that. Luckily, your team cleans up. That was a necessary risk though. Pushing them out there was good. You secure Dread. Just focus Dread. That's good. You got real lucky there. That's fine.
I hate that death box.
That's honestly fine. Your team wins even though you die. It's not a big deal. Um, you get your farm kind of grief, but it really doesn't matter. You have ultimate. You're at your peak right now. What people don't understand is the only the only spike that you have after 9 that is really fucking useful at all is hole 2 or hole plus, right? It's the
Okay.
only thing that fucking matters after 9. You don't need to get very much XP at all. You should just be like walking around and giving people share, right? And you're ahead, so it's flickering again. Okay. So you're farming. Let that guy get that. Okay. So you're kind of walking on your own here. If you're going to try and push an alt there, like if you're going to try and alt here,
Mm-hmm.
then this is good. If your intention is not to alt here and push lane, and like get these guys out, then you shouldn't be walking. So let's see what you do here. If you are
I
going
think
to
I'm
walk
just
an alt,
walking around, to be honest, because I don't think I know.
so you're just yeah you're
Really.
you're just like chilling, walking around, like doing whatever. So your options in that situation is to go top with your Lucario, help in the fight, or teleport people down and push the other lane, right? Because you can teleport with Hoopa's portal while you're taking damage and while you're being stunned, right?
Okay.
So so you can get people out of situations by using your ultimate. And a lot of the time it's going to be worth it. So you could have saved both of those guys if you had just ulted. And then you could have pushed this bot lane and they wouldn't have been able to do as much about it. Right?
Okay.
So instead you go top late. This guy takes that. Luckily you have it. Your teammates are coming back. You have hull plus, which is good. And you want to go back down.
Yeah, I
Hopefully your
can. I don't
team.
think so.
You can. Yeah, there you go. Team follows you. This is fine. Yeah, you wanna be down here. Um, you should be looking for an opportunity to use your ultimate. I don't know why that guy went up, but you should have ulted and ported them all down. See, this is what I mean by like
Okay.
you need to be just like looking for an ultimate. You need to walk in front of that guy. Yeah. So um in MOBAs, when you are laning with somebody, you have your health pool and you have their health pool, right?
Mhm.
So let's say that just for whatever, you're laning with this Rotom, right? And this Rotom is getting hit by something. Um, oh, Shrug, what's up, man? Um, this Rotom is getting hit by something. This Rotom is your teammate, right? If you are trying to if you block abilities for them, right? Some abilities can't like they can just like go behind you, right? And will kill your
Okay.
teammate anyways. But there are some abilities that won't do that, and you can stand in front of your teammate and block those abilities, especially since you are full HP. And in that situation, this Rotom will always target the person that is closest to it. So if you had just walked up, your teammate wouldn't have died to Rotom, right?
Oh,
So that guy's death is on you because you did not go in front, right? Hey,
yeah.
Shrug, what's up, man? We're doing VOD reviews today. Uh, is that okay? You got real lucky there. That guy decided to get up there fast enough. Um, this is okay. So you use your ult really late. If you had used your ult before, right? To
Mhm.
before like in any of the times that I mentioned before, then like here or if you had like ported done it like down here to like port everybody out and like you can just like let this crash and get your catch up. Then you would have been further ahead and this wouldn't have happened, right? This is the same thing that we were talking about with the other game with getting these RDs, right?
Okay.
You're 2 lane fast, you play to your advantages, not to your disadvantages, right? Shrug,
Yeah.
you're a bartender now? Hey man, that's what's up. It's a dream job, isn't it? So now your team is behind. Luckily that happens. That's not good, but you clean up the fight anyways. Your team doesn't need you down here. This again, this is why we look at the map. You could you could have ported top here instead of trying to get this guy to port back home. He doesn't need to port back home. If he wants to port back home, he can back and come back. You need to go up top and help your Azu, right? Your Azu probably wins this anyways, but if this guy dies faster, then you have farm on the map that you can get, right? You're wasting a lot of
Yeah.
time. The biggest problem that I'm seeing with your gameplay is that you are wasting a ton of time for no reason. Yeah, it needs to use your camera more. Exactly. So you go top? No, you stay down here. So the I finally get the chance to talk about this fucking monstrosity. So when you're being chased by fire spin, it will chase you for like 6 seconds or however long it actually chases you. I haven't tested it. I'm not sure as of the exact time that it does chase you, but it chases you for fucking forever. So sometimes in this situation where you have a node that you can heal on, you are basically full HP. You have a teammate who is helping you fight. Instead of making this a 1v1, just get hit by the fire spin and help your teammate.
Okay.
Exact same as the cooldown. Okay, like, yeah, 6 to 8 seconds. Yeah. So it follows you for forever. Takes you out of a fight that you could be in for a very long time. Just get hit by it. In a situation where you feel like you can get hit by it, just get hit by it. Right?
Okay.
Um, because you have somebody who is trying to fight that guy, you can just get hit by this and then help him fight. Right?
Okay.
Luckily, that guy dies. Your teammate wins the 1v1. Oh. Okay. So, you don't need to be walking forward here. You just need to be in pit. Uh, yeah, especially when their focus span, is almost back up. Yeah. So, here's the thing. Once you get to a point where you are consistently playing into pit, we can talk about a little bit more
Okay.
about like where in pit you should be based off of like what your teammates are doing. But for now, pick a bush and be in that bush, right? It's 4 seconds, right? 4 seconds until zap. You need to be positioned in pit in some way, shape, or form, right?
Okay.
You are 6% to having your ultimate. You will have it by like 203, 204 maybe. Without any farm or anything happening. So you will have it for zap. And you're basically stalling in a bush until you have your ultimate. That's all you are doing currently. You have 11, your 12 doesn't really matter too much. You got your Phantom Force, that's good. You should be ulting immediately. There you go. That's really good fucking ultimate. And now you can push them all out, and now you can burn Zapdos. That's good. Look for the kills. That's big. You can just hit Zap. They can't do anything about this. Okay, well, I guess they can do something about it.
Yeah. That's what
That's
happened.
unlucky. That it happens. Um, it is what it is. That's super unlucky. Did you win this game?
No.
No.
Oh, did we? No, I don't think we did. I think all the
Psybeam
ones
is
I
a
sent
very
you were
good secure,
losses.
by the way. Is it still a good secure? Because they did nerf the unbound damage. Like it was a while ago, but I'm not sure that Psybeam is still that great of a secure. Psybeam is still good. Okay, so save Psybeam to steal even from your own teammates, essentially, right? You full heal. He can't use his hex anymore. You could have just stayed and fought him. Either way, he still dies. Unless they scored in your home, I really can't imagine that you lose. Oh,
Oh, there we go.
yeah.
I don't know what happened. I thought there was someone there.
Yeah, their Machamp is kind of like lurking and trying to get extra scores in. He ults. That's fine. Okay.
Man, love slow smoke.
I mean, slow smoke is really good
Yeah.
for like duelists like that. Scolded! Let's go, man! What's up? It's good to count scores post zap to know how much you actually need to score to get in the lead, right? So at 1 minute, right? You get the message up on your screen. I'm pretty sure you already know this, but we're going to talk about it anyways. So at 1 minute, we're struggling to keep up. So that means that you need a little bit. That means that you need less than 100 in order to match them or to
I
win.
actually did not know that.
Yeah. So only struggling. Yeah. So you're struggling to keep up means that you need less than 100. The red one, whatever that one says, that one is means that you need more than 100. And then uh, if it's like close, then I actually don't know if you're ahead or behind if it says that it's like close. I think you're ahead. 30 to 99 diff close battle. Yeah, okay. Um yeah. So 30 to 99 difference in points, that's what this is. 0 to 29 difference either way. Yeah. Okay. So if it's none of those, then you're ahead, essentially, right? And you also kind of want to be paying attention to if you're more than 100 ahead or less than 100 ahead, because if you are you just need to know when you should be like going to score and when you should not be going to score, right?
Okay.
I actually didn't know any of the numbers. I was unaware of the numbers. So we have all of that. What else can we go over? Do you have any questions?
I can't think of anything like right off the bat. Oh, because I think you weren't really in depth with it. So, like, it kind of answered any questions that I did have
Okay.
during it,
Well,
if that makes sense.
we got like 10 to 20 minutes. Um did you want to go over any specific plays or any other like issues that you had in any other games or questions about matchups?
I guess maybe, like, what is the best Pokemon I should be laning with? Like, for example, in solo queue, since it's such a.
So in solo queue, it depends. We'll look at the comps, right? Let's look at the comps. So the first thing, let's look at the comps at the beginning. So um, there we go. Okay. So your lane in this composition, if I were you, I would prefer to lane with Espeon because your Cinder is laning. Your Cinder should not be laning. Um, so, um, yeah, no, Shrug knows what he's talking about. Unless it changed since he played, but Shrug used to play with Scolded and I. Um, so Hoopa Espeon is normally what I would do. Espeon has like decent secure. Cinderace doesn't really have shit early. So in order for you to make at least a strong lane for your jungle to come to, this is what I would prefer if I were you. Which is why when I'm playing with like Aaron and all those guys on stream, I based off of what they pick, sometimes I get a little bit more picky on who I want to lane with based off of like what the matchups are. Because sometimes I don't want to lane with people who have bad secure if I'm playing support, right?
Okay.
Um, improved a team memeing around playing Cinder or Grin top lane. Was it good? Did they play well? How was the matchup against the Lucario? If they were like scrimming or whatnot. We'll look at the other one as well. Um, Let's see. This one's solo queue as well. You shit on any top laner you faced. I mean, I believe it. Well, I feel like that has less to do with like the Pokemon and way more to do about the fact that you were playing the Pokemon, right? Because you're just bound to be like better than most of the players that you run into top lane anyways. All right. So with this team, you don't want to lane with Charizard. Bad secure. If you are going 2-1-2, Luca is the way to go. If not, Venusaur is really good. Oh, that's not what I meant. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Luca or Venu. Let the Charizard and the Azu Jesus, man. Let the Charizard and the Azu lane together. Um let the Venusaur jungle and you and the Luca can lane. Unless you're running
Okay.
like 1-1-3, and in that case, then Luca goes top. Charizard and Azu and you go bottom and Venusaur jungles. Or you can jungle Zard and Venu bot. Either way, these two are somewhat interchangeable. And don't forget the potion. Oh, I thought there was a potion in this lobby. No, there's no potion in this lobby. Although I guess this is fine. Look at speed, whatever. You can't really expect too much. You have a other than the Venusaur not having full heal, um, this is kind of fine, right? That's a really yeah. This is good. This Azu plays a lot of Azu, I think. Um, you just lose your clear. Hold on, I'm not following as well as I should. Lane Zard. Yeah, I mean, uh, Aaron, I know that it bothers you, but Lanzard is honestly not that bad. You just have to play slow. I mean, you don't want to solo Lanzard, obviously, but um the only reason why that worked is because Shrug played it and Shrug knows what he's doing. Don't do that. Don't feed bad habits. Um I know you solo top Lanzard. Um, okay. So I think that we can transition a bit. Is there anything else? I know I asked you a couple times. Anything else?
Not that I can think of
No?
off the top of my head at the moment.
All right. Well, feel free to DM me if you think of something.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably try to get Aaron in here, and we'll move on to the next VOD, I think. Thanks for coming in. It's been a
Thank you for
pleasure.
having me. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.